Alright, good morning everyone. Apologies for the bit of delay, but yeah, we're here. Good morning. Welcome back to Dangscore Traders Hub. It's a Friday, our last session of the week, where we analyze synthetic indices. So today is a Friday, meaning we'll be having our BTC analysis. We never had it on a Tuesday, so today is a day where we'll also check in on BTC. We see what is happening there. All right, so without any further ado, let's get in prayer. And morning, thank you that we're back here yet for another session, Lord. And we say thank you for yesterday's profits. Yes, the market was a bit slow yesterday, but those who managed to make some money, we're saying thank you and we're grateful for that. And as we start today's session, we ask of your grace, Lord, that we may be able to see perfect entries and exits, and we may be able to make money last day of the week, Lord. We know that you have big plans for us, and we know that those plans we're also going to see they're going to be accomplished even as we make this money here online. We give you praise, we give you all the honor, Lord. Thank you for the good entry and exit levels, and thank you for giving us that discipline to always be consistent in the market. We give you praise, we give you all the honor. In Jesus' name we've prayed. Amen. All right, crash 500. Crash 500. That's where we're starting from. That's where we are starting from. Alright, so I believe you guys can hear me properly. So now let's get started. So crash 500 yesterday. I told you this is no go for us unless if it breaks that level. Still, I would not have entered because of the momentum it was showing before it broke out here yesterday. But after the breakout, it gained a lot of momentum. So this was a clear way of price giving us an entry, but by that time I was not focusing on crash 500, so I can't lie to you that I would have entered this asset because I was not here. I was not on this chart by the time it reacted to that breaker broke according to H1. So now that we see this, all this is not necessary anymore. Even this, we don't need it. We go to H4, we see the price has hit the target, just like I had told you according to H4 that this was according to H4 and daily. I told you that this was heads and shoulder, an inverted heads and shoulder kind of a move, and that was the target. So those who remember this analysis, when we started this was the left shoulder, and this was the right shoulder right here. And remember, we had even made entries right here, I think for H1, yeah, and we hit that target right there. That's when I moved out a few days back. That's when I moved out, and then I was supposed to make more entries here to push it all the way up there, but I was not looking at swinging it. I was looking at trading it as an intraday trader, but I missed that. So now you can see it has hit that target just like we analyzed. Congrats to anyone who actually grabbed that move all the way from here when we started, when we had anticipated that this is a heads and shoulder. Now it has hit the TP. So what is going to happen there? Yes, on that TP we see that order broke right there. So are we going to see some pullback? Let's go to H4, try to minimize it, see what is happening there. I believe we may see some pullback, even according to H4 we are overbought right there. According to daily time frame, we have finished testing that level. We've been looking for sales, so we've been looking for sales according to daily, according to CCI on the daily time frame. So we need a move now that will bring us here, and then we can sell, we can buy perfectly according to weekly after daily time frame gets too oversold. So remember, according to weekly we need buys. Why do we need buys? We need buys because we got our change of character right here, but more so here you'll be seeing that this will also end up being a change of character according to weekly time frame. You see, this is a left shoulder, this is a right shoulder, and now it's almost getting, in fact, according to daily, weekly, it should not be coming back. It should be continuing with the buys in the buy trend, and this will be our target. Let's see our target according to weekly. So those who trade according to weekly time frame, this would be your target all the way right there to where? To this OB according to weekly time frame. So it's quite big. I don't know if any one of us here can manage to hold a trade from there to all the way there. That would take like 3 or 4 months to reach there. Yeah, so no, like 2 to 3 months to get all the way up there. So really, I don't know if any one of us can hold for that long. I know most of us here are intraday traders, but also if you're here and you're a swing trader, I believe you don't swing beyond H4. So for now, we see that it has reached there. Now all I need is a pullback from here. This is what I need, a few days from now to give me what I need. Yeah, probably next week, maybe a pullback day, a short pullback day, and I'm anticipating this pullback according to daily time frame may actually be worked out around this area. Let's see, this conference area. Let's use that as our high, just for the purposes of understanding where price may come to. This, I don't see it come all the way back here. I don't see it come all the way back here. But seeing that this is a break of structure sort of, so it may come to this breaker block right here. So I have to look at that level, around this level here where we are seeing this conference area. So where this conference area is where price may react back to, and then get back us into the buys according to weekly time frame. So this move alone, according to daily, it may take about 3 to 4 days. When it starts to sell, it may take about 3 to 4 days depending on the momentum. According to this previous sell move, you can see it did not take long to reach all the way down here because the momentum of sales was strong. So depending on the momentum, it may the days may vary. Yeah, so this is what we need so that we can continue with buys. And remember, we've already seen that according to weekly, we are also going to be anticipating this we are also going to be anticipating this heads and shoulder, inverted heads and shoulder move that will be according to weekly. Remember, we've seen this according to daily time frame as a heads and shoulder right here. We've also seen this according to H4, but also more of that we've seen that according to H1. We saw that change of character according to H1. It was here. It was here. This was the change of character right there, and that is where I made my entry right there. It was a sniper entry right there. So we've seen this several times, giving us this kind of heads and inverted heads and shoulders, so we cannot afford to miss also this kind of move according to weekly. In fact, we missed a lot when it did this. Those who are swing traders would have, made these 2 weeks perfect buy moves. From there to there, these were 2 good weeks of buys. So it's likely to give us 1 week of a sell as it is pulling back. Just shortly then it continues all the way to that target. So any week, probably next week, it's likely to be a retest according to daily time frame. It's likely to be a pullback move, and then we get in with the continuation of buys. So don't miss out on that. Don't miss out on that. All right, that's it. So for Crash 500, I don't have business today with it. I'm gonna wait. I'm going to keep on waiting for the pullback, probably on these lower time frames. Then I can get probably a move into sales if it happens just the way we normally look for it. Enough of that. Let's go to boom 1,000. Please don't forget to give us that like if it is your first time here. Of course, don't forget also to subscribe. Give us that subscription so that you don't miss out any of our live streams. And now look at that. This is boom 1,000. So yesterday I told you we were supposed to be entering buys, but I wanted a pullback from either here, which happened, but it was so small, but I don't know why I did not consider it. I was supposed to consider it because it was giving me a break of structure right here. It was testing that level, so I don't know why I missed to enter it. But nevertheless, I was also looking at it reacting from this level. What is this level? That was a fair value gap on H4. So I thought it was going to react on that and then give me a pullback where I can have a perfect entry to swing it all the way up there. But I felt it did not come through, so it just gave us short pullback here, which was giving us a higher high, higher low, and then continue higher high, higher low. Now look at where it has spiked and pushed it all the way to right about there. So right now, no business with this asset. I'm just gonna know what to do next. First delete all this, delete that. I want to know what is this. That's an order block on H4, the last OB where this buy momentum has started from. All right, so we are likely to be selling today. So let's go to daily. All right, daily has not yet confirmed buys, so it has to come back. So this was never respected. Delete it. So it has to come back. All right, so it's gonna reach there on that OB, that resistance level, actually it's no longer it's a resistance area, and then makes a pullback to confirm buys on daily time frame, Now the pullback is likely to come around today has started as a strong buy, so whatever I'm seeing here is quite confusing. So either way, it's still in a buy trend, so I'm not going to do anything right now, because what I'm saying is likely to be for Saturday, the next day, which is tomorrow, might be a sell day. So for now, it's likely to pull back and give us a higher low, and then continue, and then it continues to sell, to buy. So for now, no business. I'm looking at it coming at least to this fair value gap or down below here, then it can give us more of buys again. Then it can give us more buys to continue, because I don't see it, I'm not seeing it coming just now to retest. This will be like this tomorrow, this pullback to come around that area here, which is where we're going to be having a fair value gap according to daily time frame. This fair value gap right there, it is what will be considered. So meaning it will be coming around at least 50% of this fair value gap tomorrow. I believe that will be tomorrow. I believe it will be tomorrow. So what do we do now? What do? We anticipate sales. So are we ready to sell this asset? Not really. We cannot sell it right now. We have to sell it when we have a clear structure, of which the sales, as you've been seeing the way it has been selling, it's been so much confusion. You can see the way it has been selling. So you rather don't want to sell now, you want to wait for when the buys are in clear, probably when it reacts to here or somewhere else, and then you wait until it has gone back into buys and then make your entries. Don't try to sell here. Wait for buys. Unless if it gives you a reversal signal on H1, then you can sell. But until then, don't sell. Even if you see a reversal signal on M15, please don't sell, because right now it's a tricky one. We are still very bullish and you don't want to go against the trend. All right, that's it. Enough of that. You rather don't trade than trade and make huge losses that you did not intend. Anyway, no one has ever intended to lose money, so either way, don't make stupid mistakes. Going against a trend on an asset like Boom 1000, you will not love it. You will actually regret it. Boom 500. Alright, so Boom 500, what happened? Yesterday? This is yesterday, okay. So yesterday, I've just remembered, we had this change of character according to H1. We wanted a pullback so that we can have a perfect entry for us to continue selling. And that's where the market gets weird, and you can't do anything because you're not a market maker. So we did not see any of the pullback to react to that, at least that where we saw the change of character. So we could not get any entries. Even the anticipation of this other trend line move level, it did not come through, so we could not do anything, but the sell continued because that was the general trend after giving us that reversal signal of a change of character. So now we don't need all this. We actually want to delete all this right here. This was respected, tested, so this would have been our entry, but that was late night when it broke that OB and then it tested it. That would have been our entry. That is the only confirmed entry that I can see on this asset. When it broke this OB and then it tested it and then started to sell again, this would have been our entry, but it was late night. What time was that? Let's see, what time was that? That was 10, 11, midnight. At midnight, that is when you would have made that entry at midnight. Let me go to M15. I see, yeah, same thing. Yeah, you would have gone into this market at midnight on this very candle, on that very candle at exactly midnight. All right, so now let's forget about yesterday. Let's now talk about today. So what are we seeing according to H4? So we see the price has now gone back inside here. We don't need this anymore, but according to H4 we have reached, according to H4 on CCI we have reached that retracement level. Yes, yes, there's that order block there. I want to use the one on day on H1. I want to use the one on H1 right there. So that is the order block, and now it is a support. Now it is a support. So so if we see that support and we see that H1 is oversold there, M15 should already be looking at buys. Yes, this is a change of character. So can we enter now? Sometimes you can, sometimes you have to wait for H1. If I enter now, I'm going to be having a big stop loss, of which it may come again according to H1, and then gives you a fake breakout down below here to take your stop losses, and then it continues into buys later. So sometimes I rather wait for H1. Yeah, it's gonna happen. According to M30, it's gonna go down again, and then it will give us the buy. So for now, no business. I have to wait. I have to wait for M30. M30 is where I'm going to get my entry. And then I go all the way into buys to push me up there. So for now, no business, but we are going to enter buys today. V25 1S. Volatility 25 1S. Good morning, Julius. Good morning, Judy. How are you guys? So what are we seeing? H4 is, yesterday the sell continued. Look at that, the sell continued, but the way it continued, I missed when it broke this level. Yeah, I was supposed to be entering when it broke that trend line. Because it did not do this that I needed. Actually it did. This move right here, this was the move. This move right there, that was the move actually that I wanted. So That means I messed up there. I did not see that. So I missed when I missed that, but I missed when it broke this trend line right there. So I was supposed to enter that, but I fear V25S if I don't have a perfect entry. So I missed that, so I could not enter again. Now if we go to H1, we clearly see that we later saw that as a break of structure, internal break of structure, but then we also saw that external break of structure right there, and that was supposed to be our perfect thing right there. This right here, when it pulled back, this was late night. What time was that for us to? This was at 23:24, 1 a.m. in the morning. 1 a.m. in the morning. This is when you would have, when it had given us that pullback. So that means according to M15, you would have made your entry right on that candle to give you this kind of a move, to give you this kind of a sell. So right now, that's what I see. That's what we missed. But as we speak, according to H1, we saw this as a break of structure. However, I don't think it is a break of structure on H4, and yes, it is not a break of structure. That's why we are seeing pullback on H1, and this would have been an entry for us right here. So can't we enter now? Can't we enter now? It has low momentum. I don't like trading assets with low momentum, so I rather leave this asset. It is having a low momentum. It is likely to keep playing around like that until it reacts back. H4 is still selling, but also even this kind of structure signifies continuation of sales, meaning at a later stage it will break and give us this kind of a move at a certain point. So what I normally love to do is I'll do this. This is my previous high, and this high gave me this low, so I'll gladly do this and wait for it to come around such an area right there above that 38.2 or exactly or at exactly 38.2, and then the sell begins. So what are we going to do now? We wait, because we need to sell it from there, from that very level, from that level where we will be in the premium zone. That is where we are going to be making our sales from. So please, if you're doing the same thing I'm doing on your charts, please mark this and wait for this kind of a sell. Wait for this kind of a sell. Mark that as your premium zone, and then wait for that kind of a sell. We are going to be selling this anytime from now. Anytime from now. This will be our target right about there. Then we call it a day. This alone, this move from here to here, it can give you your target, your daily target, no matter how big your account is, as long as you know how to utilize and play around with your lot sizes, with your risk management and what have you. You know what to do. Then you can be able to make this money. All right, so enough of all this. Let's now head over to Volatility 75. So Vol 75, we were looking for sales, but then we wanted also after that to come in with buys, having reached this level, but we did not see that in In fact, even the sell, what happened to this sell? The sell did not give me an entry that I wanted, so that made me not to make any entries. But I think I would have made this entry if I was still in the market by that time. Why do I say that? Okay, let me first delete this. This was yesterday's sell. Let's go to M30, M15. You can see how it was. So it did not give me any, maybe one may say this, but I was not still focusing on it. The way it was moving, I was not convinced by it, so I could not do anything. So let's first delete all this. Come to H1, delete all this. That move happened. What was, oh yes, I now get it. This became a fake breakout, and look at this. This became a chain, a heads and shoulder. What are you guys seeing? What I'm seeing? This is a heads and shoulder. This is the left and right shoulder. This is sort of like our neckline right there. That is sort of like our neckline, and all this is what we are going to be seeing as our target. This is what we're going to be seeing as our target. So price is coming to this level. So we now know this was just a fake breakout. A fake breakout to grab what? We don't even see. Oh, to come to that level. Okay. How did I miss this yesterday? It faked me, giving me this as a break of structure. So it was a fake break of structure. Hence, that's why I was looking for buys from here when it reacts to that breaker block. But it broke it and went below it and then tested it. So this is where I was saying I would have made my entry if I was in the market by that time yesterday, because it broke it and then tested it. Alright, so now we know what we missed. Now let's look at how we will work it out today. How are we going to work this out today? So delete all that. Allow me drag this here for now. Yes, it has not yet closed. That has closed actually. H4. So a new H4 has started. A new H4 has started. Allow me to do this also right about there. So a new H4 has started. This is the move that we need, and of course we've already seen that we have a heads and shoulder. This is the left shoulder, this is the right shoulder, and it has already started to move. All we need is this can move from there to reach this TP level of ours. Remember, we marked it long time ago, that TP from all the way there. If I can minimize it, this move right here is the same distance from there. That is why we want it right here. You clearly see that. That is where we came from. So those who have been with us, I believe you're not confused with why we need price to get to where we have there. So it's because of that move. It's because of that move. So now let's go back a little bit behind. Let's now go to H1. I mean H1 is now getting oversold, even M30. So that tells us that we have an opportunity to bring this probably to around this level. Hopefully, I don't know. This is where we saw the break of structure. So anticipation to bring it all the way there to the breaker block is valid, but we'll see about that if it will actually reach there. and then later brings us into sells. So let's confirm that also on M15. M15 is not yet above our 10 EMAs, so we cannot do anything. But remember, we want buys on H1, on M30, and on M15. That is good enough for us to act along that. So I think I'm gonna enter and put my stop loss a little bit down. I'm gonna do that and have my stop loss just around here. Around there, and just have it probably a little bit down here, and then my TP is just going to be around that area. So I'm looking for like a 1 to 3. Is it 3? Does it really match to 3? A 1 to 2. So I'm looking for like a 1 to 2 there. So yeah, I've made the entry. I've not waited for price to be above my 10 EMA. It's my bad, but from what we've seen, M30, H1 and M15, all of them, we are looking at this kind of a move. So whatever the case is, we are likely to see this, because I don't see it just break that level without giving us this kind of a pullback. So that's why I've entered. If I'm taken out, I will gladly take my losses. That means the market movers would have, gone against all odds to try and take this stop loss right here, because they already be seeing it. They already know that some of those guys have already made the pullback buy. This, remember, this is going against the trend. The general trend is a sell, so we are trying to enter a pullback buy. I don't normally consider it, but in these cases I want to make this money, so that's why I make this kind of a trade. Enough of that. I'm in with that buy. So let's now head over to V25. We're going to head over to jump 50. Just a minute, just a minute. All right, so that's it. Let's now go to jump 50. Jump 50. Jump 50. So jump 50. Good morning, Desmond. How are you? So jump 50. No. Why do we waste our time on this? Not really. There's nothing we can do about here. It's still playing games. It's still, consolidating. So no business here, please. Allow me not to waste any time here, even though I'm seeing this. But anyway, either way, it's not that of a good structure. So we know that this structure normally continues with buys. Structure like this. The problem is it's on where? The problem is it's on so it's likely to come there. It's likely to come there, and then it gives us this kind of a sell. So for now, no business. I'm not trading this asset for now until whatever is happening here gets done. I told you. All right, you can see even the reason why. I told you yesterday it has to continue buying until it reaches that trend line, then we can come in with sells. So that's either way the case. You can see now why it has to come there. So can we enter buys there? Not really. You have to wait for it to come again here, then you can make the buy entry. So for now, first do this a little bit here, bring this right here. We know this is what is going to come through, so we already know that. All we need is this kind of a move, probably to this trend line, probably to the trend line, or to that OB, or to this OB right here, and then we get in with our buys. Right there. So for now, no business, really. No business right here. Just wait for something like that on jump 50. In fact, this can be a good trade that one can make and capitalize on it to make that today's money. Jump 25, we don't have to waste any more time on jump 50. Let's go to jump 25. All right, so jump 25 went according to how it was planned. Excuse me. But it gave us that fake breakout. So remember I told you guys that we made a buy here. We made a buy entry right here. We made a buy entry right there. I had my tight stop losses right here. They were taken out. I made other buy entries right here. It again took me out in profits. I had trailed my stop loss into profits. So it was playing games back and forth until it reacted there. And then that's where we were looking for sales. But then I made a buy. I made a sell late night. I made a sell. It came and took me out on stop loss. So this jump 25 has actually I left it running overnight. That's why I made this loss. I let it run overnight. One of the things I had promised not to do myself, so it was all my the bad. I couldn't follow what I had stated in my trading plan, so this is on me. It had even gone to profits. All this was in profits, so I would have grabbed this whole money, but because I left it to run overnight, remember this was the plan, get there and then sell. So I sold when price went below my 10 MA right there, but then I let it run overnight, gave me that profit, but I wasn't around to take it or to break even at least. So it came around this morning and took me out. I normally wake up around 8 p.m. so by the time I woke up, it had already taken me out. So my bad there. So I need to recover this loss. I need to recover, not because the plan or the strategy was not working, but because I made mistakes myself. I was not supposed to enter the trade to leave it overnight, to run overnight. So I need to delete now all this. Let's try to work out today's plan. Let's look at today's plan. So having taken me out, it has started to, it gave us that fake breakout right there. You can see it. And according to H1 and H4, we should be looking for sales. I believe even daily is still strongly bullish. That's weird. That's so weird. H4 we need sales, so why is daily? Alright, so this is the thing. We've seen that daily is still very bullish, and we can even see it from this level. This, according to H4, is not a break of structure right here. That is not a break of structure yet, until that H4 candle, this current H4 candle, closes above that line. But according to H1, one may say that is a break of structure. but we consider a higher time frame, meaning this is not a break of structure. So if this H4 candle goes below this trend line, then we get in with sales. But if this H4 breaks above this, closes above this trend line here, then we have ourselves a break of structures. That means it will be considering the daily trend, which is an uptrend, which is still going to be going all the way there for that kind of a move. Remember, weekly we need sales, and we've grabbed that, so we should be coming in strongly with sales. It's only daily that is bringing in confusion, but like I've told you, if this H4 candle closes above, then we continue with buys. That means I won't be trading it. But if H4 candle closes below this trend line, then I'll be coming in with sales. That means I'll be entering sell trades. I'm not going to be looking for buys, but I'm going to be anticipating sales. If this candle closes, then I can enter sales. I won't enter buys if it continues to buy, but I will enter sales if it goes below. That is my case there, and I think it is very clear for you guys to understand. So now allow me to delete all this that I don't need right here, right there. So I need a sell here. I don't think I'm gonna get one, but let's wait and see. All right, that's it. Delete this also. It has already served us. That fair value gap has been grabbed, and it's trying to break it and continue. There's nothing left there according to weekly to grab. According to daily, nothing there really left. So today may actually close as a buy candle, and then tomorrow we start sales. So let's wait and see. So, but like I've told you, if it continues to buy, I'm not making any entries. But if it goes below and closes, this current H4 closes below this trend line, then I have business with this asset. Jump 10. Let's wind up this. J10 still holding. This was yesterday's entry, and still holding the sell, and now it has reached, I think I should get out of this, it has reached that TP level like we had said. That was our TP level, so I need to close this. Yeah, this was our TP level, this fair value gap. We have now seen it grab it. That was according to H1, I believe. That was our fair value gap according to H1, and it hasn't reached the order block yet. It may not, so we don't need that fair value gap anymore. All this can now go. All that can now go. Look at that. That was a weird market yesterday. It was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But that was a strong resistance. That's why that trade kept on holding. So right now it's likely to come again to reach here. Let's see on M30. Yes, it's gonna come to this level. That's why I've left this move. So it's gonna come here to this OB, and then we come in with buys. If it doesn't break it to continue down below, but according to H1 and M30, it will not be doing that. We will be coming in with buys. So right, so let's wait for M30 to give us this move, this sell move. This is the sell move that we need according to M30. Alright, so that's it. This is it. And now we know it's coming down. So can we enter this? I believe you can on M1. Just leave it alone for a few minutes, then you can make that entry according to M1. This is gonna be a scalping move. It's gonna be a scalping move. Yeah, it's gonna be a scalping move. On M1, it's gonna do this again. On M1, it's gonna do that again. Then we come in with our sells. So for now, no business. We wait. That's it. Let's go to gold and we call it a day. Please, reminder is if you want to register for November class, the registration is opening next week, but you can still register now for the class and be ready for the class if you want to learn all these things that I use when I'm trading. All right, so gold. All right, so yesterday I told you about this. Let's first go to H1. So we got this as a change of character. I told you buys are coming in, are continuing. This was a change of character. Then after that, we saw this kind of a channel. I told you the buy is likely to continue and probably come to this level. It did not, but you can see from there the buy continued to reach this trend line. After reaching that trend line, it actually even came to that previous OB according to this level. That was our previous lower high according to H4. That is our current lower high actually according to H4. So it came to that level, and then after that we see this move. What I was anticipating yesterday, it is now what is happening, and this is going to be confirming, I think, daily time frame. I think it's gonna be confirming, not really, still H4, so it's confirming H4. So first remove this, remove that. So this is the move that is happening right now, so we know it already. So I want to delete this, that. So that move is happening, but it's quite weird. This is a previous OB that we can consider on H1. So if we can consider that, that tells us that M30 is weird, but M15 is not. So we need to wait for buys on M15 to confirm what we are seeing on H1. Remember, on H1 we had seen that as a change of character, but then now it has come to test this OB right here, and this should be ushering us into buys from this OB to there to grab that liquidity on that fair value gap on H4, and that will be now confirming the reversal signal for sells on H4 to push us all the way down below. Daily time frame, we already need sells. We have that as our change of character. So this pullback here will be confirming this very move to push us all the way into sells. So right now we need to anticipate buys on M15 to start that move, but we cannot do that until M15 is above our 10 MA, because apparently according to M15 we are in a downtrend. Why do I say that? This is a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So still that is a downtrend. So we cannot do anything until we get a reversal signal, around this area. Once we have a reversal signal, then we come in with our buys. So for now, no business. We wait for yeah, no business. We wait for a reversal signal on M15. Yeah, we have to wait for that reversal signal. Once we have one, then we get in with buys to push us to try and grab that liquidity, or first to come to this other resistance level that we are seeing currently here, and then hopefully by the time it comes from here, it has enough momentum to break through and take us all the way there. I don't know what news we have today, so whatever news that is there, they might be the news that will eventually break this resistance to bring us all the way there, grab that liquidity, and immediately start to sell. So look around, be close. If you have any trades that will be in by the time news come around, please make sure you close them if you are not sure of the trend, or at least break even and then wait for the news to do their job. All right, that's it. Let's wrap it up with a recap and we call it a day. So crash 500, yeah, the pullback has started. I think that's what we needed. So yeah, it's happening, but not yet. We are not in clear yet to sell it. So yeah, this is still a break of structure on H1, so it still has a long way for us to start selling it. So for now, no business. M15 still needs to be ready to sell this asset. Needs to be ready to sell this asset right there. So for now, no business on crash 500. Boom 1000, sales are starting, but still, you can see the general trend I told you is a bullish trend, or is an uptrend. So I may not look for sales, I may wait for buys to start again. So whatever it does here, this may be the move, but I may not enter this move. I may wait for this other move for the buys because of the momentum. Then boom 500, we have ourselves a change of character here, but it's not enough. We still need to confirm with this M30 to come around here, then we can make our buy entries. So for now, still this one, no business. We have to wait for this kind of a move. It may come to this OB, or it may even give us a fake breakout down below here, then we enter with buys later. V25 oneness, it is still consolidating, but this is one of those that I am likely to focus on today. Yeah, I've told you the reason why we want to sell from there is that is a premium zone according to Fib, having this as our high and a low down here. So we are considering this, actually everything above 50% is premium zone. So I'm seeing that we have started to see some rejection again start coming from there. So if price goes below our 10 MA on M15, we may come in with sales, but I think we still have a long way. It has to come to that level. So for now, no business. We wait. We still wait. V75, we entered buys here. It's still consolidating, playing games around. I entered according to this trend line. That's why I entered. Price had come to this trend line, and it's still playing games. We want buys. It's gonna be a short pullback buy, but remember, if it takes out, it would have meant to take us out, because the general trend is a sell, is a downtrend. So we are looking for this pullback to just give us a lower high, and then come in with sales later to continue with sales. So mark that, know what you need, so don't have a big stop loss. And this is J50. We need a pullback here, then we can enter buys to push us to this trend line. So if you missed the analysis on J50, please go back to where we analyze this, then you'll know, you'll get the details why we are saying this. J25, we are waiting if H4 breaks this level, closes above this trend line, then we continue with buys, of which those ones I will not enter. But if it closes below this trend line, then I will come in with my sells. So for now, I am not doing any business with J25. Lastly, or second last, is J10. J10, we were anticipating sells here. Don't know why we've not. Okay, so we wanted this move, it has happened, but then it has even went ahead. So do we still need sells here? I think we do. This candle hasn't closed yet. It is going to close in about 7 minutes. So let's wait for that candle to close and see if we can come in with sells. But from where we are, let me remind you this, from where we are, this is seen as a change of character according to M5, and this was seen as a pullback. To confirm this change of character, meaning M5, this will be an uptrend. This will be an uptrend to push for buys. This is the structure. This is price action, smart money action right here. Smart money analysis. So this will be an uptrend, meaning this will be a higher high, higher low. Now it's looking for a new higher high. So if it fails, then that's when we come in with our sells. So be notified of that and know what to do. We wait for M15 candle to close to confirm if this is actually going to be an uptrend according to M5 and continue with buys. Lastly is gold. Gold, we are looking for a reversal signal right here, and we have to wait for M15 to be above our 10 MA for us to confirm buy entries right here. Remember, the buy we are looking for is to push to there, but when you come to this level, you can take partial profits and wait, because news may come in and even give you a bumper push to reach there and then come in with sales later. So for now, we wait for a reversal signal on M15 and probably M5, you never know. So for now, no business. Yet we need buys from here. We'll see about that. That is if it fails to break that and continues with sells, but I doubt it will do that and leave this. All this is liquidity. All this is that liquidity that is not tapped in. I doubt it will just go like that before it grabs that liquidity. It has to grab it, and the one I'm seeing perfect is even that one there on that fair value, up to grab it and then get back into sells. So that's why we will be waiting for a reversal signal on M15. That's it for today, guys. Hope you had a great time with me. Please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to, the signal group is still available. Those who are in it are enjoying the signals that I share late after the analysis. So you can always subscribe for the signals group. It has always been $15 per month, so it's up to you. But like I've always told you, you don't need to always stay in the signals, looking for signals, being provided with signals month in, month out, and you spend the whole year paying for signals. I want you to learn your own strategies and be able to trade on your own with time. You may start with signals, but also working on your strategy as a person. That's why I offer the classes to train and teach you more of these strategies, so that when you're on signals, you are also working on your strategy, and then probably after 3 months or 2 months, you're out of the signals group, you start to trade on your own. I hope that works for you, but that's how I see it. I I don't want to. Me, I will benefit if you keep on coming for signals, but it doesn't benefit the community. We need to be a community of traders who trade together, and opportunities are there ahead of us. There will be competitions and what have you, but it will be for traders. You need to be knowing your strategy. You need to understand your strategy. So please work on your strategies as we keep on trading together. My inbox is always open for questions. Those that I can answer, those I cannot, then I will let you know. Otherwise, see you guys Monday for this same kind of analysis session, but we are going to be back here at 10 minutes past 1 today for the BTC analysis. So have a good day. Bye bye for now.